Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. We as in the team of It's My Show Season 5. Powered by Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Hygiene partner, Lifebuoy. Alright. क्रिकेट को माहौल चलिरहेछ र यो बेलामा यो भन्दा अर्को कुरा गर्दाखेरि कतिको सान्दर्भिक होला भन्ने हाम्रो सोच विचार विशेष मिटिङबाट हामी के निष्कर्षमा आछौं भने लेट्स गेट ब्याक टु क्रिकेट one more time. र आज हामी कुरा गर्दै छौं अफ कोर्स नेपाली क्रिकेट टिम, इट्स हिस्ट्री, अहिलेको सिनारियो र व्हाट नेक्स्ट दैट इज बिग. अलिकति कुरा गरौं एक वर्ष अगाडिको क्रिकेटिङ माहौलको. एउटा मोमेन्टम लिइसकेको थियो. देन भनिन्छ नि कतै कसैको आँखा त लागेन. सडनली एकमाथि अर्को कन्ट्रोभर्सीज, कन्फ्लिक्ट, ओडिआई स्टेटस रिटेन हुने हो कि हैन, जुन तरिकाले हामीले लिग 2 मा खेलिरहेका थियौं त्यतिको राम्रो प्रदर्शनी थिएन. देन देयर कम्स दिस म्युजिशियन. हेर्दा त म्युजिशियन जस्तो देख्ला जसले उहाँलाई आब्रा डाब्रा गर्नुभयो होला, तर त्यो कति मेहनत, कति परिश्रम र कतिको गहन अध्ययन कसरी गर्ने, कुन तरिकाले गर्ने, कहाँ गर्ने र को मार्फत गराउने, यी विभिन्न प्रश्नहरू थिए होला. र यो प्रश्नको उत्तर एउटा व्यक्तिको रूपमा हामीले पायौं. हर्ष र गर्वको साथ प्लिज allow me to welcome the man himself, the head coach, Nepali national cricket team, Mr. Monty Desai. Boys, thank you. Sir, coach, thank you so much. And on behalf of the entire Nepalese heart beating across the globe who loves the game cricket, thank you for all your contribution. We mean it. You're the man. You are the man.
Dhere dhanyawad to all of you.
All right. Yes, not a good day to have an interview, I guess. We're about to start and then suddenly we got this bad news. One of your closest family is no more with us. So may his soul rest in peace, heartfelt condolence, and let's dedicate this episode to him.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to speak about?
No, I mean, obviously, this is in one way challenging, but at the same time, it's also honoring my commitment. This gentleman is very close to me because he has been part of my journey, especially the early struggles. But at the moment, my thoughts and prayers are with him up there, and of course, with my so-called brothers and my aunt who are out there. So we go along.
Proud about you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for your commitment. You've shown that sportsmanship that you have, and you have showered it to our boys. If I was you, I may not be able to come and go for the interview, but that's what makes Monty Desai, Monty Desai. Thank you, sir. All right. So let's talk about little stats. Before you got into that shoe of the head coach, let's recall the Nepali cricket team existing scenario, the placement, the position, lot of problems, lot of confusion. There were 12 matches remaining, and you won 11. We're confused. Will we be able to retain that ODI status? Big question mark. Then League 2, we were not doing that well. And then comes Mr. Monty Desai. 11 wins in 12 matches. World record-breaking performances, Asia Cup. We playing with the two giants, India, Pakistan, and whatnot. Was it just abracadabra? Or was there anything else that you really want to share to the cricketing fans?
Quite a few times I've tried to articulate and sum it up, but not always has been a perfect sum up to this.
This normally doesn't
journey.
happen. The cricket that I
Yes.
know, this little time and this big achievement is a very rare commodity.
That is true, and I think sometimes it just has to happen. You know, when you talk about bad days, then around bad days, the good days have to come, and around anything which goes wrong, the right has to come. And we are all been playing part of roles in that, and I'm just glad that I've been able to witness this in my role along with the players in our happy dressing room, which I keep saying. And now, obviously, we have bigger responsibilities because 28th of Jan is when I landed here in Kathmandu, 2023. Sitting here today is 29th.
Happy anniversary, sir.
1 year into it, and a lot more to come. We have to keep building the story. We have to be very grateful for what Almighty has also helped us in achieving in last 1 year as a group together, as a country together. So happy to be part of it. When there are certain news which are also not the desired news as a coach you want it around, part of the distraction, it becomes a little more challenging. I must say that. But at the same time, we have come up with the RHINO acronym right now, where we say R stands for respect, H stands for humility, I for integrity, N for nobility, and O for oneness. And I can say that all those team values which we speak about over here right now has been part of the journey for last 1 year. And of course our 12th man, our fans, who also played a great role throughout this 1 year. It has been a proper teamwork, and every event was a story in itself. Every one ball battle had the courage to speak about, sometimes the resilience to speak about. And every phase of the game sometimes had that attitude, which we talk about, relentlessly competing. And that is what is connecting us to our deepest identity so far.
Okay. Before you got into that position of the head coach, you were already connected to Nepali cricket, some way or the other, as a batting consultant. You have your boys, you have your own very closely produced product in the form of Rohit and Dipendra, I guess. Then suddenly seeing Nepal from a citizen of a country that dominates cricket, world cricket, India. So what was your perception like when you think about or when you heard Nepal cricket team? Was it like, all right, I want to go there. They have the potential. They just need the right man in the right place to guide them right with the right attitude, and they can pull it out? Or you thought, all right, let me take this as the toughest mountain to climb?
I think bit of both. When you are into a journey of sports, we are in a side role, part-time, maybe a support staff or playing a main role or just players, like we say. In sports, there are always challenges. And I think over the years, what I can proudly say is that I've embraced challenges. And when the option of taking on Nepal cricket came along the way as a part of opportunity to be the head coach, I was in middle of choosing between two countries. I have to be honest about that too, both associate countries. But I had some personal challenges as well, where I needed to align certain
Can you name
things.
that country, if it's all right?
Well, I'm a green card holder now. So last year I moved to US, and they are all also good well-wishers, good friends of mine who are trying to give direction to US cricket. And they did come across and gave me an offer, and I was in the middle of two countries to choose from. But in all fairness, this call was...
You're happy you choose Nepal? Well, the product,
what can you ask
well,
more
the
for, right?
result is saying that you're the best thing that ever has happened in modern cricket.
Yeah, what can you ask for more? Because I can proudly say one thing, that 1 year of experience as a coach, you cannot ask for better players who want to get coached than this. So in my coaching journey, I've obviously shared many dressing rooms, but this is definitely one of those unique experiences of having all the cricketers very hungry. They have huge desire to learn, and obviously they have huge desire also to represent their country in a right way and perform at the highest level so that they can make the country proud, they can make a nation proud. Yes, but like I said, in those challenges, I too also want to believe that risk-taking ability is also part of my journey. When I look back at my coaching journey, I have taken such steps in past as well. So I'm happy. I'm glad that I was able to walk into that tunnel where, you, with your firm belief, you do feel that even though it is dark, you know that light is somewhere around the corner. And in my world, in my bubble, in my world of happy dressing room also, I live in the world of limitless possibilities. And in my world, my happy dressing room, which I talk about, I also bring in abundance of positivity. So that's what is part of my coaching philosophy, and I'm glad that it has rubbed off so well so far over here in Nepal cricket.
Let me recall a few hashtags for you. Hashtag one ball battle. Hashtag happy dressing room. Hashtag one game at a time. These three hashtags. Produced, directed, screenplay by Monty Desai. And the movie is doing so well.
Cricket is a start and stop game. And I think everyone will talk about it. In the simplest manner, even when I was aspiring to be a cricketer in Maidans of Mumbai, and we had some of those great coaches who have coached selflessly in Maidans in Mumbai, they used to emphasize about, and in Hindi they used to say, ek ball over there. They used to emphasize about it. And it is strongly ingrained in me, and I could very clearly relate to it, because every time a bowler bowls a ball and a batsman either hits a boundary or gets beaten by it, the ball and that story ends there. But then there is a space in between two deliveries where the bowler is thinking about something, the fielders are bringing in some energy, and the batter is thinking about something. And that's where the story unfolds. Every single ball has got its own story.
That's what you call it?
Say
brick
again?
By brick? Like
yeah,
ball
brick
by ball,
brick, ball by ball, inch by inch, step by step. You can say it, all those phrases, which connects to this one ball battle.
Okay, Monty Desai has very loud and clearly proven the fact that to become a great teacher, you don't need to be a first bencher as a student. Correct?
Well said.
Please.
Well, I'm an uncapped coach. And I proudly say that I'm an uncapped coach. Coached all my life. Again, very fortunate, very lucky to have come across some senior cricketers who are more known cricketers, and also some senior coaches who kind of gave me that confidence that I'm good at organizing, I'm good at coaching. Because early days, it was not more about going deep into coaching, but it was more about organizing. As a youngster who was playing cricket at the same time, also doing part-time coaching. When I relate that now with my, as a reflection, I can very clearly see that I've only grown as a person, and as a coach. So very fortunate and very lucky. And one of the names which stands out for me throughout my journey has been late Sri Hanuman Singh. He is also up there. First national coach of Indian cricket when the National Cricket Academy was formed. Former Indian great cricketer himself, comes from Rajasthan. And my 3-4 years with him at Cricket Club of India in Mumbai was probably the best coaching journey that I've come across, even though, you take all those level 1s, level 2 certification from all certified or accredited institutes. But for me, the ground level of coaching with Hanuman Singh every single day was an extraordinary journey. I learned a lot, and he obviously gave me a lesson which still remains with me till date, which is read the mind and feel the game.
Okay. Your love and your respect and your belief in Pashupatinath Temple.
Again,
we got this source saying
no, I
either
do
you
go
take
there.
them, the whole squad, before the match, or at least you have some blessings in the dressing room and then you let these boys go and fight their battle with the blessing of Pashupatinath.
Pashupatinath, because even, I mean, I'm connecting to Lord Shiva as well through that. I mean, it's got a history, right? The temple has got a huge history. At the same time, in Mumbai, I also follow Hare Krishna temple, so there's not one single temple or one single place I can talk about. I have been to quite a few masjids as well. I've been to quite a few churches as well. For me, it comes down to as oneness, faith, which we talk about. So a strong faith out there. Mother Cricket I talk about, Nature God I talk about. And there is certain energy which comes through the entire globe. And I believe in that. So obviously spirituality is one of that journey which I'm on. Lot of questions. I don't have answers for all the questions on this spiritual journey, but I have a guru.
It makes you happy.
Huh?
It makes you happy.
It makes me whole. It makes me whole. It makes me whole. It makes me realize sometimes if I'm restless inside, it's the spirituality which brings me back to center. I do have a young guru. I say young because of the age, but he's more wiser than me. And I fall back to him many times to ensure that I stay grounded. Success doesn't hit either my head or the team, so we want to be grateful for everything that happens to us. And at the same time, obviously we are on an ambitious journey, so that we cannot take it away. But to answer you, yes, I mean, I do go to Pashupatinath quite a few times.
It gives you that peace of mind.
Yeah, especially the evening aartis, the aarti has got some energy. The vibes, the sound, the lamps, which the Gurujis who stand over there and do it. And then
thousands of people chanting.
Yeah,
Om
I
Namah
was about to
Shivaya.
say, everyone when they start humming that one special song or prayer, whatever they say, it is very vibrant and you can feel the energy.
All right, so we'll talk more on this, but for now, we'll go for a first commercial break, sir, if you allow me to. Thank you,
sure.
Ladies and gentlemen. Be right back. The man himself, Mr. Monty Desai, a bit. Back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have the head coach, Mr. Monty Desai. Cricket fever happening all over the country, and he's the man who's responsible for all this. Thank you one more time, sir.
Thanks again.
In your own language, jitna taarif kare utna kam hai. Since I studied in India, I know a bit of Hindi as well. All right.
Kam taarif kare to acha hai.
Let my words speak, or let my work speak.
Let my actions
speak.
Inspire and move people. That's the way I put it.
What is Monty Desai besides cricket?
Family man for sure.
I take cricket completely out of you for this particular question. And then you define who you are, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what you want to do, what you don't want to do.
I'm not perfect, for sure. I'm not perfect, but I drive myself towards the correctness, the righteous thing which should, as a human being, you should do. Monty Desai believes in people. He's obviously passionate about what he does in his life, but at the same time, his core values are revolving around family. I'm very grateful to my family. Because of them, I've been able to continue what I want to do in my life. Very purposeful life so far. I love each and every day of coaching. So the family has played a huge role in that. Sometimes as men, we end up saying success is that we are self-made men in success. But I truly believe that I'm only able to achieve whatever small success in sports. It is purely because of the support system in place. which is everyone, my wife, my children, my parents, my extended family, my friends who I call them Seven Wonders. Everyone has played a role in that. So I'm very grateful.
Being such a family man, and then staying away from the family for so long, and then not just doing another job, you're taking care of a country's cricketing history and future. Your battle as a coach and your battle as a family man, not being able to see your family at your wish.
Last year was the
Who
first.
wins the battle?
Obviously, the duty, the love and the duty wins the battle. The love and the duty towards the responsibility in hand as a coach. So last year was the first year where I counted every single event, whether it be birthdays, my daughters, all three daughters, I missed it. Whether it be my birthday, my wife was not around with me. So, but yes, one good thing which happened was we both celebrated our 25th anniversary after winning the Asia Cup qualifiers here in Nepal. Yes, so we have to accept that in this journey there is a bit of sacrifice as well. And again, to have such an understanding family makes a difference.
All right. Seldom we see a coach in any big tournament or match, international, national, whatever the case may be, coming out in the field barefoot, sneakers in his hand, with a water bottle, and then just taking a round of the entire field, getting the feel, getting the vibes. Why is it like that? Because hardly we see that coach. They're supposed to be, all right, I've done my part. Boys, it's exam time. You go there and then just perform. But then you're right there next to, especially I see when you have boundary player there, somewhere or the other, you're just interacting with them. So Monty Desai, barefoot and sneakers in his hand, water bottle and then towel. That's a very common scene in cricketing field.
No, I mean, I've been doing that for a while now. It's just that over here, people have started capturing it on cameras, which I never wanted it, to be frank. I thought, in fact, being outside on the boundary and away from dressing room is the best place to keep yourself privy. But to answer this, there are many layers to it. I can proudly say that every single test match that I was involved with West Indies, especially as a batting coach, I used to stand on the side of the boundary for a lot of reasons. I was picking up a lot of cues from the side of the boundary. What you get from camera, live games is there, but again, what you get in real time out there has got some weightage, so I believe in that. Even in state games, I remember a couple of times, I will do my routines of walk and jog and all that stuff, which is part of the day. You just don't want to sit on a chair throughout the day. I don't feel comfortable that way. I want to be in action in one way without distracting or disturbing the team. Over here, I can say that water thing which you're talking about, I was completely moved throughout the year by our 12th men, our fans. And I say that because many times they are sitting in the sun, sweating out. And I'm talking about all age groups,
True.
Not just the senior people out there.
You
7-year-old,
just distribute
6-year-old.
water at regular intervals.
Yeah, 7-year-old, 6-year-old kids also watching the game. So it is amazing to see that whatever our boys have put up as a performance, it is rubbing off on maybe 2-3 generations. So from my side, in my head, I was thinking that at least I need to appreciate people who are sitting on the bank and whenever possible pass on water to them as well. That much I can contribute. That is the way I was thinking. And we obviously get ample of water in a dressing room, ample of sodas which are not allowed. Our medical team, our sports SNC team are very strict about it. So we make sure that we obviously don't drink those sodas. But even to give away those sodas to fans, sometimes I'm a little skeptical. But one odd small Coke or Fantas or whatever we get in the dressing room is okay to distribute and pass it on. But yeah, I mean, it's in many ways, I'm very grateful to the fans.
You feel that connection with them when you go out there and meet them and see that love and respect for you in their eyes?
No, I mean, I would not want to connect only for respect with me. I mean, I'm connecting for the
You
respect
as
with
in
the game.
for the cricket and what you contributed, sir.
No. I still would like to believe that the fans, the respect to the game is huge. I mean, they want to see their nation progress. There are certain avenues. There
And
are
you're in the
certain
driving
sectors.
seat. You're taking care of the steering.
Yeah, I mean, I would again say that let's stick to Nepal.
Coach,
I think it is
you
very
are.
important.
let's be. Of course, you're being very modest and honest, but then that's the reality. You're in the driving seat and you're driving Nepali cricket team on a beautiful journey.
See, modest, I agree, but at the same time, I think it is also about sports values. When we talk about sports values, and I obviously used one of the words from Rhino, the O is for oneness. For us, oneness is not just a cricket team, not just a dressing room, but the whole oval out there with all the people who are involved, including the production team, the groundsmen, the scorers, the umpires, everyone who is out there to make this event a mega event. Associate cricket story, of course, but it is the wonderful story of associate cricket, which every associate country will surely be proud about. Because one day everyone wants to climb up and be acknowledged as a test team. Because that's where the other challenge comes in. So I think the service which all the fans are providing, especially I'm saying that, is huge, because I don't think they get anything apart from just enjoying the game. But we are here because of fans. And the more we entertain our fans, I think more we'll be able to drive our journey forward. And it is a story which is only 1 year old. And we are determined that this story has to get bigger.
Okay. What makes a coach a good coach to a great coach?
I don't think I'll be the right person to answer, because there are so many questions that I don't have answers to at the moment. I know nothing is the way I start my coaching. Okay, I know nothing is the way I continue even now.
So what's your formula?
My formula is collective leadership. I believe that every human being, let me put it this way, every person who is in the dressing room has got a brain in place, has got a heart in place, and have been working very hard with, and must have come across so many coaches. So it is not about what I bring in now as a coach and change it around in their approach or other things. But what I obviously try for is to ensure that they understand their potential. And once they understand their potential, how do we make sure that it solidifies into a clear plan and facilitate them? So one of the journeys which we as coaches obviously take into consideration is the facilitation approach. Ensure that along with the game plans and other things, when the performances don't come, also have empathy. It's not just about technical talks, but it's more about connecting to that person. It's interesting we talk about this good, great coaches, but I think first we need to connect as people, because we are talking about human beings here.
I was just trying to know, is there any formula as such? Okay, you graduate and then you postgraduate and then you get a doctorate. Is there anything as such, or it's just a connection or your style of convincing the player that how important he is and how good he or she is?
See, it's a good question. I mean, my style has not changed, but I know that my style has not worked in every dressing room. I know that for sure. My style has not worked in every dressing room. Sometimes kindness is considered weakness, and I don't believe in that. I strongly believe kindness is a very important source of inspiration for anyone. But I've come across this message sometimes that you're being too kind, and in too kind, people consider it as weakness. So obviously my beliefs are against it. I will not name anyone, but I'm just passing on some information from my past journey. And the other thing, like I said, that my coaching style definitely revolves around people. And not just on the field, what's happening off the field. That matters to me a lot. Because on the field, you end up spending time only on the cricketing, and the talks are only about cricket. So you can't talk about, let's say with the batsman, you cannot talk about his bat swing every single day. But what's happening in his life? How is he ensuring that he will bring in his best performance? Because he is also trying to survive for his journey with those best performances. If I give an example, what I was really moved by last year was Kushal Bhurtal's sister. When Kushal had this situation just before our 12 games, just before the first tri-series of that CWC League
Two.
phase, League 2 phase, Kushal had messaged me about the situation at home where his mother had a freaky accident and she was burnt all over, and she was admitted in the hospital. Overnight, they had to come, and she was admitted in the hospital, and Kushal had to come out of the camp, which obviously he didn't ask for my permission. He said that I will have to leave, and that is great because I don't think he should ask for a permission when it comes to mother. But what I was moved by when we went to the hospital to see him, to see his father, so he see his mother. Of course, it was difficult for me to see his mother at that point. But I was moved by his sister, who's younger. And she was trying to insist him that, look, we are here to take care of mother. You need to go back to the camp and get focused. And
Play for the
amazing,
nation.
play for the country. Amazing. In the very first innings, he scores a brilliant 100. The knock, which probably was a telling story for us for the 11 wins which we had. And then, of course, there are many stories which unfolded. Like I said, it's unfair to just point out one performance. But the story over here bigger was Kushal Bhuta's sister. And again, that was people management. I loved the way she handled herself, the way she balanced her emotions and was able to convince her brother that you should go back and focus on your game.
All right. You've known these boys for so long, almost a year. Every day of training means you know them inside out.
Trying to know them inside out. But yeah, I mean, so far I can say that, look, we are winning. We have got a winning percentage higher than losing. I totally understand that too. So I still need to test their characters when the results are not going to be in our favor. And that will happen. Sport has got a cycle. You cannot just keep winning every year. So that will come as well. But I would like to see their characters, how well they are coming out at that point. But from my 1 year's experience, I'm 49, they are half of my age. So I pretty much treat them like my children because my eldest daughter is 23, 24. And that is the way I look at them. And in that manner, in that sense...
Do they take you as a strict father or a very liberal and a friendly father?
I don't know that. Probably the players will be able to answer that.
We've seen that part of you, but do you get strict at times?
I get disappointed at times.
Do you shout at the players? Do you tell them that, all right, this is what I cannot take? No, zero tolerance, boys, come on.
Yes,
enough is enough.
There has been 2 instances where I had come across as zero tolerance, but that was not for their performances or anything else, but for the commitment towards the values in the team that they all believed in. As an example, when matter of committing to reviewing your own performance, even if you have lost the game, we expect that those reviews will come to our analysts. And there was a game when everyone didn't send in WhatsApp, so they DM'd that. They didn't pass on their performance reviews on that day. And that was one time I was definitely upset and shared my disappointment.
Okay, as a player, what I should not do to make you angry? I'm not asking what should I do to make you happy.
No, yeah, I mean...
what is a big no as a player in front of you as a coach?
I mean, it would come down to the same team values. You know, if as long as we have mutual respect, as long as we are humble, as long as we take care of our integrity, you know, as long as there is oneness in the team.
I'm talking on both on the field and off the field, coach.
On and off the field, of course, on and off the field. That matters a lot. And so far, we do have some rules as well. So the younger players take care of those rules. Gulshan Jha has been given the duty of collecting fines.
And what's the ratio like per week or per day, per match, per month?
Sometimes the players...
Where does that budget go?
No, sometimes the players are generous. They fill up our kitty very well, and then we obviously celebrate with that money. It is done on a lighter note. We obviously don't want to finger point anyone. We understand certain times you cannot be perfect every single day. So we understand that. But as long as it is not intentional. But when it is not intentional and you miss out on certain things where you talk about team values, then there is a consequence, a small little consequence like this where they contribute. But we have never treated that as a punishment.
All right.
I think that what player also appreciates. We have never treated that as a punishment. I would also say angry is not the word which I would like to come across. I would not like players to remember me as someone who gets angry. But disappointment, yes. I can be disappointed at times. I can get disheartened.
Getting angry and showing that anger is two different things, I guess.
Correct. So
you cannot be too superhuman being not to have that anger inside you. How you showcase it, how you present it, or perceive is different thing.
Correct. You are right about it. We are human beings and we have all kind of emotions. But we are training very much in terms of self-regulating ourselves towards the right emotions. There is something which I emphasize a lot about ball of light, and that ball of light has to revolve in your mind with proper awareness in the right place. So that is something which I'm glad to see that our team has embraced. Even now when I'm going across and watching some of the PM Cup games, and our staff and our coaches who are involved in, and our players who are involved in different teams, they keep sharing me that they have been sharing certain practices that we do at the national level in their teams, and I'm very happy to see that.
And that is #happy dressing room, correct? All right, on that note, we're going for a happy commercial break, and we will be right back. Here we go. Back, and sir, we have collected few pictures of your closet, so let's see.
There's a lot of story behind this. So if you see the
I see Saurav Ganguly. Is it Saurav Ganguly?
Up there?
Yeah.
Yes, that is Saurav Ganguly. So if you see the flag on the left side, which says 3 stumps is Y and CC. The blue flag, that is the flag of our cricket club, where I am still the secretary. It's in Division 3 in Mumbai Cricket.
You always dreamt of becoming a fast bowler to begin with?
That was definitely part of the journey as well. Over here, obviously, it is different. Over here, by this time, I realized and I started playing cricket, of course, for my joy, but I started pursuing coaching. But what you see in the background is also a small little sports shop.
And that's your first daughter?
That is my first daughter. Yes, I cannot forget her over there.
You're focusing on Saurav Ganguly, you're focusing on your club, bat, ball, business, and you just forgot your daughter.
So that is wrong. I keep saying family values, and how can I miss out on my daughter there?
Yes.
That's Pritha, my first.
When was this? How old were you?
She was 1 year old. We were celebrating her first birthday. Me? I was 25. Yeah, 2000, 2001, 26.
So you always had cricket in your mind, maybe as a player, as a coach, or as an entrepreneur. You wanted to revolve around those bat, ball, stump, helmets.
Yeah, it kind of happened over a period of time because of the environment that you get in. And being a qualified engineer, I moved from engineering to this stuff. So,
and back then,
there is a big story behind it. I don't think I can.
No, I can relate to it.
Huh?
I can relate to your father, mother talking about it.
Well, my father had 2 factories, engineering factories, and I decided not to pursue his business and shut his 2 factories with a small shop and a bit of coaching. This is where you can see me chasing my dream as a fast bowler. I must have copied so many actions in those days and ended up being mix of everything when I saw my personal action.
Who did you actually idealize? I mean, like, who was like the man as a fast bowler you wanted to be like?
Interesting you asked that question, but 1983 when we won the World Cup, I was 9 at that point. So obviously my hero was Kapil Dev. And as we started growing, I was pursuing cricket, same age Sachin Tendulkar was growing, so he became obviously the...
No, as a bowler.
But as a bowler, yes, as a bowler, I was fascinated by Waqar Yunus. There was one guy I was really watching all his games because the way he used to run in, that was fascinating to see, and the way he used to take wickets. A lot of batters didn't have answers against him in his peak.
Srinath, Manoj Pravakar.
Srinath was another one, but definitely
when it comes to speed, it was Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram,
reverse swing and all that stuff. Yeah. So we used to experiment all that. This ground is very interesting for me in terms of my story because of the club that we formed. It was formed on this small little ground here. And I recently visited in Lumbini, Kapil Vastu, in that small little district where I was invited to distribute some kit. And I saw the ground there. It took me back to my old memories of this town, Yoginagar, where we formed our club, Yogi Cricket Club. And
the club still exists?
The club still exists. Like I said, I'm the secretary of that club with Shukesh Shetty, who is the president out there. And interesting part of the story over here is also that we had very limited players who used to come. But along with me, I had one very close friend. His name is Mehul Trivedi. Now his daughter is playing for Mumbai. We both used to carry the mat, nail the mat, and for an hour I'll bowl to him and then he'll cheat me. He'll bowl for half an hour and make me bat for half an hour. But those were some wonderful innocent stories which I can still relate to and it brings me a smile.
Those were the days. Those were the days when green mat was a compulsion, then with the nails, everything happening.
Yeah, because we didn't have a pitch here.
Exactly.
So what we had to do was we were lucky enough that some of the community people contributed and we created a concrete slab and then we bought a mat. So mat, once you put it on that and you nail it.
And then you have that seamer bowling, pace ball. Correct. You get that Waqar Yunus swing.
I was enjoying. I mean, I'm 100% sure there was no speed. But yes, I mean, I enjoyed on that mat bouncing to my friend. Yeah, this was one of the proud moments. The man besides me on the right is Dr. P.V. Shetty. He's somebody who gave me breakthrough professionally to run clubs as a coach. And of course, I'm privileged to take this award from the great master, Sachin Tendulkar. What I realized later on that he played for the same club, John Bright Cricket Club, which we used to manage. I was there as a coach and a player and used to manage that club. And this was the award which we received it from his hand.
Yeah. Yes, one big family.
One big family.
Lot of missing.
Lot of missing. Again, my father, my mother. My mother is holding on to my first child. Besides my mother, on her left is my mother's sister. We call her Masi. She's very similar in looks. There is a lot of connection even now. Obviously, my mother is no more, but whenever I see my Masi, she reminds me of my mother. My grandmother is no more. She's also passed away. And I'm sitting down with my younger sister and my wife. Up there is another cousin. But there are few more. I mean, see, family support, when I talk about, at the moment, my life revolves around a couple of my cousins who are creating a huge support system for me and a couple of my very close friends. I mean, if I keep naming, there are many, but if I would name few, there's Bela, there's Meghna, who are becoming a support system for me and for my wife, especially for my daughters as well. Then we have Rohan, Sarika, who are part of my support system around when I'm away. They are taking care of my family out there. And of course, my Seven Wonders friends. There are 7 of them who I've known for years now. And they all also play a huge role. This is my one big support system in place. Father is of course there, so he's still there with me. This picture reminds me, first time when I moved to Atlanta in US was in 2006. And at that point, before leaving from Mumbai, I was an under-16 coach. And a level 2 certified, and I was pursuing coaching professionally. But for my family reasons, for my father, I moved to States along with my wife and my kid. And over there, suddenly I found some of these parents who were very passionate and they wanted to bring cricket in. And for me, this was the first audience in Atlanta. And I very proudly can say that
my first batch.
I mean, at that time, for me, it was first patch, but now what has happened, when I go back to Atlanta, I see there are more than 150, 200 kids getting coached by a lot of different coaches, quite professionally run, couple of academies.
All belonging to the Indian community, South Asians, or
Asian
mixed bag of
community.
everything.
Yeah. And this was huge for me in terms of building my character as well, because in the night I used to work in motels, being a night duty manager. In the morning, I used to travel 70 to 80 miles from my place to coach these kids on the other side of the city. It was quite challenging, but because
2006 cricket wasn't that popular in USA.
No, it wasn't that popular.
It was
So
only
2006
amongst few communities and South Asian countries.
Correct. So a lot of these kids were completely introduced to cricket, and none of them, I think, play cricket anymore now. But it was one of those. I consider this as a success story, because for me, just to introduce cricket to some of those
Summer
Indian
cricket
American
camp
kids.
in Atlanta, a success. That says it all, sir.
Yeah, it is one of the very important landmarks for me. It was last day in the flight after the tour of Australia, where we knew that the story for me, I mean, Simmons had obviously announced that he's resigning from his job. So we knew that for us, this story ends here. And I knew that my story ends here with West Indies after 3 years of service. But we were talking about Test cricket, and this is a special picture for me because these two human beings are beautiful human beings. They have a great heart. I will always be grateful to Phil Simmons for him to believe in my abilities and to bring me into a strong cricket history of West Indies, to bring me over there as a batting coach was huge. Not many would do that. But he believed in my abilities and he brought me into
West Indies back then with Courtney Walsh and then Brian Lara.
He was part of the team.
This was the dream team.
Yes. And Jason Holder, of course, is a terrific human being. Former captain of West Indies, and now I think on his personal journey of living life beautifully. But he has given a lot of service to Test cricket.
Brotherhood connected with cricket.
Brotherhood connected with this picture for me symbolizes from my journey of Test cricket. I don't think I'll get a chance again to be into Test cricket soon. Hopefully, if Nepal gets there. But 17 Test matches with that I was personally involved in West Indies. Those Test matches, whether you win, lose, all that stuff, very close to my heart. Some great memories.
This show would have been incomplete.
Yeah.
If this picture wasn't there on the screen.
My wife, my 3 children, and yours truly, well-made collage. I love this picture. Obviously, it brings me a smile every time.
So if you want to say something to your family and they're watching you right now.
Well, words are not enough. It's difficult to express, especially when it comes to family. You all know I love you all a lot. And so grateful and so much looking forward to in life later on where we can spend time together. But I see my dreams through my 3 girls now as well. So hopefully they will enjoy their life and we will enjoy through them what life is all about. Happy.
All right. No further question asked on this. You said it all. You said it all. Yes, the biggest gift thus far. There are a lot more to come from your side, to the team, to Can, to us. But then, for the time being, thank you very much, Coach, for this.
Thank you so much. This is a very significant moment. I know I was emotional as well on that day, but I started feeling what it means to every single person, not just in the dressing room, but every single person who belongs to this country and are connected to the identity of this country. I feel proud that I was able to play a role.
All right. So what's next big for Nepali cricket from Monty Desai, sir?
4 years of ODI cycle, that is definitely one of the important phase for us, where we continue to play good brand of cricket. 6 months time, not 6 months now, coming to February, so 4 months time into T20 World Cup. We're looking forward to that as well. It's a journey, quite a few challenges. Getting to superhit is not going to be easy, but at the same time, there are a lot of thoughts, strategies in my head, which I want to work towards with my team of people out here. I mean, the support staff, the players, and everyone. And hopefully create some surprises.
All right, we're looking forward to that surprises or those surprises. And with that, we've come to an end, Coach. Thank you one more time. Like I mentioned earlier before I start this show, you've been an angel for Nepali cricket. And thank you for all your guidance, support, your expertise. And we hope you're there for few more years, few more achievements under your leadership, few big smiles for cricketing fans. Keep up the great work, Coach. And we love you for what you are. Thank you from the bottom of our heart, the fans, everyone involved, every aspect of the society just loves you for who you are and what you've done for this nation. And one more time, thank you for being the part of Nepali cricket team, Coach.
I was so grateful. Thank you to all of you. We believe this story is going to get bigger.
All right. And with that, so how was your experience coming to It's My Show?
Perfect.
It was a bit something new for you.
Yeah, because of the family for sure, right?
Yeah.
And you caught me
red-handed out that there. Emotional ride as well.
Yeah, of course. But I think I was able to manage my emotions well. So happy with that.
Thank you. And all the best and keep shining.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
जिन्दगी कति छोटो छ छाडी जानु छ सबै हाँसेर जिउनु बिर्सिसकेथे आँसु लुकाउँदै आज जाँदैछु माया मोह स्वामित्व छाडेर फर्किन्न कहिले मैले रोजिसके मेरै आफ्नै गन्तव्य आफैलाई जिउँदै पुरिसके बुझ्नेहरू टाढिँदै गए फर्किन्नन् होला कहिले secure
All right, thank you so much for liking It's My Show. And if you want to know more about It's My Show, then please do subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. It's Kantipur TV HD.